all fed up over here doing his. But he's,
oh, how cute.
he's doing really good. See the gold he's getting. But there's an old drift right there. You see, all that Doug just peeled the vegetation back, and it's all gravel and mixed. And the way that, see that zone where the muck just goes all the way down, and then it goes to bedrock right there.
Oh, wow.
And for about 4 feet up that seam, if you pan right along the edge of that where the muck meets the gravel, pan's really good.
You mind if I come around and get a little closer?
Go ahead. Yeah, come sit down. Lots of cool stuff comes out. Just pull the mud off.
Yeah.
Rock.
This is partially because A, I want to learn it myself, and B, this is cool. Really neat stuff.
Yeah, you learn more every day. We're doing a lot of testing.
I was just saying that my dad had a setup like this for playing around, and then he sold it before I got to play with it. I was too young when he was actually dinking with it, and now I got old enough that I want to play with it, and it's gone.
Well, you better go get one.
Yeah, I got a part of a setup. I just gotta complete more. Any tips or advice you want to give on this stuff?
Well, basically, if you're in any kind of clay, you want to take your time and just scrub. That stuff, like the gravelly stuff, comes off on the clay, off the rock, and then you get down to the really thick stuff. It's kind of like it's like a paste on there. It takes quite a while to get it off sometimes because. For one, it's kind of cold still because we just dug this up, frozen. So the clay's cold, not really frozen, just cold, so it doesn't come fluffy. It's easy to send raw scrubber.
Yeah, John.
But if you just sit and wash the rock in here, you can eventually see a little flake of gold show up as the silt clay washes off.
John had mentioned that about washing the rocks off real well when we were playing with panning one day, for getting me some experience on how to do it correctly. And
I like the settling pond setup. Yeah. It works good. Yeah, that's good. Right in your mouth, man. Something to float my intake with. The bars set a foot down in the water, 6 inches per foot. Gassing works pretty good. You can just kind of shove your rocks up in the top after you wash them.
I have to say my favorite part about all this is that the discharge looks just like the big one.
Yeah,
But it's tiny.
but my rocks are coming out all the way. I'd rather push them out.
Wow.
You know, we got one.
Yeah,
For the top part, we don't have. We have the bottom box and we got the bottom.
yeah. That's what we had. We didn't have the top for ours.
No, that's something we built.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
That's slick.
Pretty nicely, yeah.
See, I'm getting into that thing. You know, I was just telling Bert, I'm like, now I want to go do it myself. I just want to go play in the dirt.
Fanny's got here. Like, we need to look at this before we make it into, you know,
Really like
before
to
we
ask Sheldon
landscape
about
it, we
this
need to see where to landscape it.
thing here he was talking about with it being an old drift mine hole. So did they fill it back in?
No.
Did they fill back in the drift mine hole?
No.
So then that's all
just
just collapse?
natural. That's natural. Over,
Sloughing
you know,
off.
sloughing in. Each spring you have dirt that washes down. You've got sides of the hole are just dirt. So they fill in with water, they thaw out over the summer, more stuff comes in, so what's in there fills in, and then other dirt off the top starts washing in, and over 40 plus years they'll fill in. On that property I got back there, there's some of them that are still open though, haven't filled in all the way. You saw that.
You talking
where
about the ravines?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
the cracks are, and some of them, there's open holes there yet. They
Well,
have.
yeah, I know. See, everybody told me about the drift mine holes, and I was looking for fucking holes. And I was like, I don't see any holes anywhere, except for like in 2 spots.
Yeah, there's not a lot of holes up there that I saw.
I found 3. They were very
I
full
saw
of water.
some, but they were
and
pretty scary to, you don't want to
There
fall
was
in
one
there.
of them I stuffed a 12-foot tree in, and it just kept going.
Oh yeah.
And I was
Sure.
like, you know, shoulder deep, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, I want to send something down into this hole with a
The holes that they dug were probably 150 to 200 foot deep
yeah.
at the bottom.
So this is relatively shallow.
This is relatively shallow here. Yeah. Yeah, it's deep over there on that other bench.
That's crazy.
And the same thing as some of this here, because it had been drifted before, the dredges decided that if they didn't want to go in and mine it. You know, in today's economy, you're like, yeah, they drifted it. Well, that means that they have another 60% that they couldn't get because it was drifted, and it was good enough to drift. So there's 60% of the ground around it that's probably still good.
So what are we talking for time frame on all this stuff? When were they actually doing the drift mining through this valley?
You know, I don't know the exact years, but probably 20s.
1920s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
teens and 20s.
Was
would be
anybody
the
doing that
majority
in
of
the,
it.
like late 1800s, mid to late 1800s, or was that a little bit early?
That was more stream mining.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because they were still finding bunches of it right in the streams on top of the ground.
Yeah.
You know, why bother? why make it hard when you could get rich?
So we
off the
picked up all
ground?
the stuff off the top of the ground and then started having to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.